What's the name of this truck? Have you named it?
I haven't named it.
What the heck have you been doing here? Is this your personal trash can? What am I going to put my feet?
Storing car parts in the car.
I see that.
Also, I need to change the oil and the oil filter, and I got those shop rags, so I just keep it in the truck because that's when I'm going to need it. That's okay though. Let's see, I guess I can drive up over that. I just don't like to, but I can. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. I'm not used to it. I got a count still in my head because I never drove anything with the gear shift on the steering column like that. I only ever drove with it in the floor. So I ain't used to it. This is my first time back in the truck since we bought it, since Katie bought it. I do love riding in these trucks. Yeah, I like this truck a lot. It's been it's different. It's a little bit harder to get started, of course. Gotta let the carburetor warm up. Yeah, you do definitely have to let the carburetor warm up. It's not the kind that you can just get in and go. You can, but it'll, if you don't sit there and give it some gas, it'll die on you, and then you won't be able to steer it. Then you won't be going anywhere. I do that sometimes in a hurry, come down the driveway and it'll die.
How do you feel about your new truck? Talk loud because this truck is loud.
I love it. I always wanted one of these things. Always. And when I was a kid and I had this deluded idea of what being an adult meant, meaning I thought adults have money, I thought, well, I'll get me one of those trucks. I'll lift it up a little bit, put a set of tires on it, paint it the color I want to paint it, and it'll be real cool, and it'll be my dream truck and all of that. And then I quickly realized, I was like, yeah, I know old vehicles like this are money pits. That's never going to happen. And then a couple weeks ago, an opportunity come my way to get this truck, and I just couldn't turn it down. It was a good opportunity. And for the money, what I had to pay for this truck, and for this truck to be in as good of a shape as it is, because it is in really good shape. It's really solid. And these trucks, new and refurbished are bringing like, 20 grand, 25 grand, something like that, which I could never pay that. But for it to be in as good of a shape as it is, and then knowing I can do a little bit of work, simple stuff like we changed the starter, I can do the suspension, I can do all that. When I say I mean me and Daddy. And that's what's going to happen next. I bought another steering wheel to replace this one. This one's a little bit warped. Somebody probably just pulled themselves into the truck with it a lot. I'm going to fix that. There's something loose in the steering column, which is not that big of a deal. I'm obviously driving it. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to put some exhaust on it. The brakes are pretty good, but I'll check them again to be sure. But once I get some of that mechanical stuff dealt with, I'm going to buy probably like a rough country suspension lift, like kit. It's not really a lift, it's a lift kit. What I'm going to do is pick this thing up about 2 inches, and when these tires get a little bit more wear on them, and I feel like I've got my money's worth out of them, I'm going to put a set of, if I lift it 2 inches, I can get a set of 33 1250s under it. Right now there's 31 1050s on it, 15-inch wheels. So I think that'll look cool. I think it'll be cool. And here's where what will be good about the suspension, about the lift kit. I'm going to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. One, it will be cool because obviously if you're going to have a truck, you want it to look cool. That's the whole point. But 2, on these old trucks, sometimes, you're going to have a little bit of surface rust, and there's a little bit of surface rust on the leaf springs. So what I'm going to do is, if I buy that suspension kit, instead of doing add-a-leafs and picking it up, I will be able to completely replace the 2 front leaf springs, because if you buy the kit, you're just going to buy them that are already lower and bent out to give you that height, instead of just adding a leaf, which would mean you got 2 new leaves, but what's already there. So I'm going to have 2 brand new leaf springs that are 2-inch lift in the front, and then on the back, I believe what they do, I think you just do blocks for the back. So I'll do blocks for the back, and if I buy the kit, I'll get my U-bolts and all the stuff that I need for it, and I can replace some of what's under there. So it's kind of 2 birds with 1 stone. Going to replace some parts with newer, cleaner, non-rusty parts, which there's not a lot of rust under this thing. I laid under it and looked before I bought it. I knew what I was looking for. I was not going to buy something that I thought was rusted out or something like that. So, I love it. I always wanted one. It's going to be a project. You know, there's a few things. My gas gauge don't work, so I need to figure out if it's in my instrument cluster or if it's my sending arm, or I pray and hope it ain't the float in the tank, and it could be. I don't know. Right now I'm just counting my miles. That's how I know what kind of gas mileage I'm getting and when I need to get gas again. But I like it. I love it. It even has a tape player, and that's what I love about it. Yes, and Katie has lots of tapes. If you've watched the other Driving in the South, you've heard her mention that she has tapes. So that's definitely good that she can use in this truck. And the seat, man, I love this seat. I guess this is definitely, a lot of people commented and said that Chevy did not put like this thing on their seat, the emblem there. I think this is what people said. And there's no way that this is the original seat because it's too nice. Yeah, I mean, when I say original, maybe what it could be is that it's original to a vehicle of somewhat this age, but just not this one. Right. You know what I mean? This didn't come in this one. Right. Or someone could have reupholstered it to make it look original. Right, they could have reupholstered it, that's true. But I did get, and they may be here, well, they're not probably going to be here today, they'll be here later. I bought a saddle blanket seat cover just to protect this thing, because in and out, this thing will rip eventually. The leather seats in my 4Runner have started to rip, which they've got some serious use, but what I'll do is just protect them, and I've got a few other things that I've got coming for the truck. I'm going to eventually replace the dash. And instead of doing a dash cover, I'm going to do just a whole new dash. And it's expensive, but I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to go with a different color. What come in this one is navy. That's what come in this truck. I'm going to go with a saddle color, which is more like a taupe, like a real light cream. And I think it'll be really pretty against this copper brown. So, I mean, my idea is I'm going to get a good return for my investment, because I'm not going to pay any... For the most part, I'm not going to pay any labor on the mechanic work that's going to be done in this vehicle. I'm going to try to keep my costs down. I know what I want to have all in all in this vehicle when I'm done, so that the return on my investment would be, if I ever had to sell this truck, I could get what I've got in it out. So, no air, y'all. We got to roll the windows down. The air conditioner is broke. All the parts are there, so it's not like, you know, it doesn't have an air conditioner, because sometimes you find that in these trucks. It does have air. It's not even there. Right. It's just broke. It's got a great heater. Oh, that's good. It'll heat good. I need to work on the air conditioning unit. Yeah. It's all there. There's just something wrong with the valve or something. Well, I hope that you enjoyed kind of this short video of just kind of getting to see more about the truck and hearing Katie's plans for it. We're definitely going to put this truck in more videos, but until then, God bless you, and we'll catch you at the next video. Alright, I've never drove this truck before, and I'm going to do it. Okay, all you got to do is put your foot on the brake and pull the brake release over there, down there. There you go. And count park 1. No, I mean, you're in park. Oh, see, go all the way back up. You won't be able to count. Reverse 1, neutral 1, drive 3. Gotcha. And then you just go. Man, you gotta step on the gas. I noticed that right away. That's what I said. There's not as much play in it. No, I can just barely tap the gas in my car and you're gone. You gotta punch it in this one, yeah. Oh, but remember, it goes hand in hand with the brake. The brake's the same way. You gotta step on the brake. You do kind of have to step on the brake for this. Man, this is different. It is, ain't it? I know that like most of our subscribers, this is probably what y'all drove back in the day. Oh, they drove older than this. And even older. So this is what y'all are used to. But this feels like it feels archaic compared to the new cars. But not to say that I don't like it. I like old stuff like this better than I do the new stuff. But it's just been a long time. It feels so different. You drove Daddy's truck like this. Yeah. He had a Silverado. This is a custom deluxe. And I drove it too, but it's just been a while, and it's easy to forget. Yeah, this is way different. It's not the same. No, and the turning it feels a lot different too, because it is. Especially parking it. Parking it is a different kind of game. I gotta leave more room for parking it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is weird. But I like how high, man, I can see like everything up in the seat. Like and you think it's good now. Wait till I pick it up 2 inches and put some 33 1250s on it. We'll be see like everything in this. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, this is nice.
I think it was well worth the money.
But I'll tell you something too. I mean, because it's old, you hit a pothole and you'll know it's not like the suspension of the newer cars. Well, I mean, it's rough. Everyone can see from my videoing earlier, just a minute ago, I was like trying not to, but I felt like I was all over the place.